Hello everybody and welcome, good evening. It is indeed Monday the 20th of April and here we are for our session. Now I've got a bit of a curved ball for you here tonight because it's announcements first, or really today. I intend to work on putting the entire weekend course shown on screen here online here on our YouTube channel. Obviously it will be the DT2/DWL3 Dynamic Edge strategy covered, mostly the free one basically. I'll go over the red light, green light too, and probably the soft version of the BRB, the Bollinger Ribbon Bands. No reference to the priority strategies though, or the indicators therein. Still, it should be a great opportunity and a refresher for our members. Also, a free course for the many non-members who subscribe and watch our YouTube recordings. The downside is that it remains absent the ability to ask questions. Nevertheless, online YouTube for all to see. I place a high value and importance on the questions section. There remains also no possibility there to share the abundance of resources we have as full group members either. Spreadsheets, documents or PDF books aside, I think it's a good idea. But what about you guys? What do you think? I would like your answers. Remember, I do tell you all to question everything. And here then is the first, if you like, real learning part of the session. Science is exactly that, is it not? Subject the theoretical concepts and statements to questions with a justify that approach afterwards to ensure that the things we are placing our belief in are in fact things we can believe in and even, dare I say, trust. And I need to change that to a different spelling. There you go, done for me notes. Then I've got two questions in that I would like to go through. This one came in from Will, and Will, if you're watching this recording, brilliant, I appreciate your question. And he says, just wondering if you've got any advice for me with this trade, James. It was some backtesting I did this morning using your DWL3. Trades A and C were entered with the same confirmations as trade B. Did I do anything wrong in particular here, or did the markets just do whatever it pleased? With trade B, I saw the MACD hopper, the PSAR, and the correct on the correct side. Yellow above green and the bands starting to slightly widen. Just wondering if you could advise me here. Many thanks. And Anne says, very generous on the course thing. Thanks, Anne. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think it's a good plan. And good afternoon. Henry says, yes, very generous indeed. A refresher is always good. Thank you, sir. Well, thank you. You're welcome. Now, this was sent in by Will, and there's his trade A, there's his trade C, there's his trade B, and he wonders why didn't B work out so well. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to minimize this for a minute, and there it is on screen. Now, all of you who know me well know that there are two things about this trade. Firstly, this is his trade. Okay, well, secondly, that's his trade. There's divergence against. You've got lower highs here, Will, look, lower highs over higher highs. There's divergence against you. That's point number one. Point number two for everybody, I'll leave those drawings on for a moment, but I do want, I've got one, an arrow. I want this thing and I want this thing. Everybody who knows me knows I'm going to say fantasize. I live by my patterns. I very much like my patterns. C is higher than A, so D is higher than X. And it's a butterfly pattern, Will. X, A, B, C, D, and all you needed to do was be finger on button for your B trade on your image that you sent me, and you would be a happy camper with it, because it is indeed a win, just it's not going all the way, because X, A, B, C, D in terms of the butterfly. That's all you missed on that, Will. Otherwise, nothing. You did all right. You did great, in fact. No problem at all. And then a question in from somebody else who isn't on with us right now, and he wrote that the fobbering video was helpful. blah, blah, blah. I'm trying a trading plan with closed bar entries, T2B2. The goal is to take less entries that end up being small losses. Would you mind doing a little video or educational about it for the T2B2? Obviously, I'm not going to put that strategy on screen now, am I? Not on a recording. Now, perhaps with your suggestions for entry rules. Now, you know my suggestions for entry rules, I would hope. Backtesting it for the NY session on NAS, I'm looking at around 700 pips per week for the past month. No problem. Much calmer state of mind, he says, for me waiting for the closed bar to enter, and less need for fobbering. What I've been doing is using the fast MACD for hopper combos or scalper patterns with the bleep 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 in the correct orientation. Also using a slow MACD at the same time. Pretty high accuracy when those two correlate with the bleep 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 bleep, and let it breathe a little, locking in when appropriate. Well, all I'd say to you, sir, and you know who you are, is that the advice I gave to Will some moments ago, I'm going to give to you. Hopper combo, whether it be a DT2, a BRB, a WL3, a T2B2, a BISI, it doesn't matter. A hopper combo is a hopper combo, but don't ignore the price action of the patterns that present themselves every day. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater is the best advice I can give you in that. It all absolutely works. It really, really does. But it works better if you understand how and why it's working. Trade A was X to A of a W, B, C, D is my favourite leg of a butterfly, and absolutely it's still a hopper combo, absolutely pips all day. What's the problem? There isn't a problem until you throw the baby out with the bathwater and stop paying attention to the other things that you know, the likes of price action, and for you, Will, divergence. I don't know how much you know about divergence, but I use it a lot in our sessions. Divergence within the indicator. Look, you got lower lows, you got higher lows. You know this move is running out of steam, and you exit your trade. You probably exit better than you should. Well, you're forced to exit, but you might enter better if you are watching for more divergence. It's one of the things that we do look at often and regularly. Over here, we've got higher lows, lower lows on the histogram, higher lows on the line, divergence within the indicator for your C to D leg of a whopper of a W trade there. Nice one, Will. Well done. I'll clear all those drawings. And then I can move straight into a very sort of quick, we're near the end already. Any questions, anyone? Stick with the DT2, DWL3. I've got lots of names for this. I'm going to call it Dynamic Edge. But any questions on the W, the Dynamic Edge, or anything else that I can answer in the recording, everybody? Any? And yeah, the course will be the full course for anyone who's not sure. I think I closed it down already, but full course, just when we look at the strategies, it will be this one. That's it. It will be the Dynamic Edge and all, Bollinger Ribbon Band. But it'll be a great refresher because you get to look at lessons 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 again, and I'll be dishing out the homework once again. So for those members who joined and didn't ever actually watch those recordings, you'll be able to have them forever. Now, bear in mind, if you joined me direct, it wasn't a recording, you did it live. But I know, Judy, you will have watched recordings, and who else is on who would have come? Matt, I think, maybe. Certainly the US candidates anyway. Harry, you guys. So there you go. You guys watch the recording. It'll be again, and again, it misses that ability to ask questions. But you're in the group and you're able to ask the questions now then, aren't you? So, for now, anyone? Otherwise, I shall get this YouTube thing uploaded and leg it and ask you all to very pretty please trade safe And remember, we're on live in the morning. I'm going to assume there's no questions and leg it. But I do appreciate, I want to say a quick final thank you to Will, who asked that one. He sent it in. He's not a member, by the way. He just sent it in via YouTube and personal contact. Great. Happy with it. And thank you for that. It sort of opens the door for others to do that. And it was Aaron who asked the other one. But, you know, it could be Aaron anything, couldn't it? Aaron asked the second question. Factoring the patterns, I think, is the right answer for him. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate that. Matt says, love this clinic. And Anne says, no questions. Thank you for the clinic. You're very, very welcome. And thank you all for joining me. We're just 10 minutes in, so it's a nice, quick one tonight. I'll see you all in the morning, though. Oh, and Judy says, thank you for your simple explanations. I've got to keep them simple, Judy. Otherwise, I wouldn't understand them. Trade safe, everyone. I'll see you in the morning, and thanks for being on. Bye-bye.